We're glad that you are here. So much to talk about. If you're near retirement or already there, this show is focused on you. But if you're not in that group, don't worry. We have a lot of fun. We don't just talk about that. I mean, like, I think recent shows, we've talked about how you argue the most on radio. Greg and Kristen, we've talked about how Greg is Kristen's companion on Southwest, but Kristen is Greg's wife I mean, it's just, you never know what we're going to talk about is what I'm trying to say.
I really don't. Yeah.
He's a battered husband.
I am.
Please. No, he's not.
We were doing TV one day and our producer, one of the show producers, brought some Band-Aids to Greg.
I was there at that production.
That was hilarious. I couldn't stop laughing. It was so funny. I had to break it up after the commercial break.
Batter me, baby.
Batter me, baby. I tell you what, I'd be lost if it wasn't for one of these things right here, an iPhone. What about you guys?
Yeah.
Well, last week I forgot my phone at home, and I kept reaching for it at the office all day long.
And you're not even a scroller, really.
Not really.
And I was in appointments with clients a big part of the day, but, I use it for my calculator.
Yeah.
I use it for all sorts of things. And I kept reaching up and tapping my pocket. I'm like, it's still not there. I didn't bring it.
and Greg, you'll throw in an emoji occasionally, but you're not a heavy emoji user.
No, he's a punctuation user, though.
Yeah, which most people on text are not. So congratulations.
But I'll send her a heart emoji or, kissy face. Yeah.
Aw. You ever get the two Kristens mixed up and send me one? No, you don't. And I'm surprised you haven't.
I don't know how you don't do that, because we have one of the guys we refer clients to, even for insurance needs for property and casualty insurance. His name is Greg. And I text him all the time by mistake.
Because there's so many Gregs that come up. Yeah. I have the same problem. And there's so many Kristens in your life. But hey, he's never gotten us mixed up. So I appreciate that.
Send him any heart emojis.
Well, I'll send him some heart emojis and see what happens just to creep him out. But I'll include you.
That's okay.
But us iPhone users were actually getting a bunch of new emojis with the iOS 26 update around September, I think it is. So something to look forward to. Greg, I love this. A trombone. I don't know why I'll need it, but go low brass.
Yeah.
A treasure chest.
I like it. I like that.
Distorted face.
I could see that. I need the distorted face one a lot.
Okay. Are you just confused a lot?
For my texts.
No.
For my text messages.
Because she's
I'm sarcastic.
Very sarcastic.
Okay. I was like, where are we going with that?
Oh, God. Last week at our pastor's 25th anniversary at our church, they honored him on Sunday, and one of the staff members just got up, our friend Richard.
Well, he's the creative director who I work under at the church. Yeah.
And he was talking about how our pastor loves sarcasm.
Yes.
And I don't think you can really allow yourself to be as serious as you need to be unless you can also be sarcastic.
Mm-hmm.
I could not agree more.
Because you need a little sarcasm in your life.
But I'm just as sarcastic. And since I do the photography for the church, I have some doozies of pictures of him.
Yeah.
Turn into stickers or like little emojis on the phone.
Aw. Well, in that theme, I think in September when this update happens, Greg, I'm going to change my picture of you to this hairy creature that looks like Bigfoot emoji. It's a new emoji.
Yes.
And just make that your picture. I'm just kidding.
I like that one.
They also have a fight cloud. Is that like scrapping? Like,
that?
And then we just.
Oh, wait, no. So like a call out cloud, maybe? Maybe like
maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know. An apple core, an
like
orca. What an orca for? I don't know.
Orca, the whale.
Orca. Oh, I see.
Free Willy.
Sorry, I don't get a lot of whales around here. It was off. Ballet dancers and a landslide. Those will be the new emojis.
I like the landslide, but a lot of times you can't. Like,
when are you going to use that?
Everyone had wrong forever. What do you remember what that was? With that
wrong how? Because I could take this a couple ways.
Like there was one where oh no, it's the high five one. It's the high. So there's one that people will use as a prayer one.
Okay.
Supposedly it's a high five. It's not a prayer. It's not prayer.
That's not a prayer like thankful.
No, if you look close, it's two people high fiving.
I did not know that until this exact moment.
We put our hands together. We're really just high fiving Jesus.
That too? We're doing two things. We'll take it.
All right.
That's what I heard anyway. That's what they say.
Yeah. Well, they did a survey. I love a good survey. And less than half of American workers are using all of their paid time off at work. This bothers me a lot.
It does.
According to a report from Live Career, a third feel pressure from their employers to not use all of their PTO, paid time off, and 9% say their employer actively discourages taking time off. Doesn't sound like a good how's it work at Legacy Retirement Group?
Well,
Everybody get theirs?
Actually, I was going to bring that up. So we don't do carryover PTO, but I've been toying with the idea of doing it because our staff is so committed. And a lot of times they just, if they wait to take their time off and their job still needs done. So if it's December and someone on our service team wants to take time off, but we've got 50
backlog of,
I mean, we still have to do the request. So they feel personally responsible to get them done before they take time off. So I think Greg put in a notice this year where he said, hey, get your time in now so that we can stagger it. So there's enough people here to cover,
Good
client
boss.
needs in December.
Good job,
now,
guys.
here's the thing. We talked about this on a previous show. A lot of companies just don't do servicing in December now. So our hands are tied.
Right.
If people request things towards the end of December, middle of December, a lot of times the companies won't process them till January now anyway.
Yes.
So, there's that. But, if the employer is not carrying it over and they're discouraging, that's illegal, isn't it? I mean,
discouraging is illegal, I would think.
Yeah. And look, we believe here in work-life balance.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And now when we work hard, we work as a team, we work well together. But, Monday through Thursday, we work full days, we work hard. Friday, we work 9 to 2. That's our schedule for our team here at the office. And we don't work weekends. So that schedule really fosters a work-life balance. That's what we want. We want our employees to have lives away from work. We want them to enjoy their families. We want them to have that balance that I believe life's all about.
Right.
And just like somebody needs balance in how they invest, you don't just invest everything in things that are risky.
Well, and it's also not, I don't know if I've actually looked this up before. There's like this fallacy that work-life balance doesn't exist. Kristen, have you read things about this? There's articles there about it. And it's because it's not there's no exact 50-50. And I think that's the same way with investments where you're saying there. I think that's a great point is that, sometimes it's weighted one way or the other. And overall, it's supposed to balance. And that's how we look at it with our staff, right?
Sure. And, I think about it when I was 30 and, getting going and I
1864. I mean,
you were
sorry, we were being sarcastic, I thought today.
And, when I was getting going at this and I had to make a way, okay, it was different. I can remember, running appointments in Jackson, Ohio at 9:30, 10 at night.
Wow.
Getting back to Columbus after 11 p.m. just because I was trying to make a way. I was trying to provide. I was trying to be able to, get myself planted for the future. And so as a young person, I had to put in more effort to get started, right?
Makes sense.
And so as time went on and I was more established, then, I still didn't until maybe 15 years ago, I established the schedule we have now. But it didn't start way back when. I had to earn the right to do that. And now it's just like when we invest, you start out at, 20, 25, 30 years of age investing, you can afford to take a lot of risk because you have a long time frame for investing. So you can afford the ups and downs of the market and you're averaging out your costs by putting money in, every paycheck. But by the time you're 60 and older, now it's time to really balance things out and become efficient. It's really important because you're within a market cycle of retirement in most cases. So one shift in the market can really throw a wrench in your entire plan. So that's why we look at it from 60 and over and say, okay, what are we really trying to achieve here? And have you done enough to where it makes sense to set up a plan? And if you haven't done enough, it still probably makes sense to start setting up a plan. So for those who maybe save, $200,000 or $300,000, and you have a goal to save a lot more, and you're already 60, we have people that can help. But for those who have saved $1 million or 2 or 5 or 10, now you're in a different situation and you need help as well, perhaps. So it's everybody finding them where they are and helping them find the right balance between how much you take risk on and how much you protect, how much you need for income, how much you need for growth, how much you need for liquidity, and how much you need for the future. So that's all part of the balance. Just like you need balance in work and life, you
Mm-hmm.
need balance in income and growth. You need balance in liquidity and income. You need balance in everything you do. Part of working with us is helping you find the right balance to be able to retire.